Hey Falcon fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Atlanta Falcons Today. We're going to jump in the latest Falcons news and rumors, including a very impressive update on quarterback Desmond Ridder. Arthur Smith, super impressed with this kid. First though, if you could add any player in the National Football League to this Falcons roster, like anybody, maybe non-quarterback, because obviously you pick Aaron Rodgers or Josh Allen or someone like that. Any player though, we'll let you guys have your fun with this. Go down below in the comments, let me know who that would be. Let's jump in the latest Falcons news and rumors here. Let's start with wide receiver trade news. Now, trade news has basically died down. I'll be honest with you guys, right? There aren't a lot of trades that are going to happen between now and the start of actual NFL season, and the Falcons are pretty confident in what they have, at least in terms of options at wide receiver. Maybe not talent at wide receiver, but decent options. We talked about them. However, there is fresh reports coming out of ESPN and other multiple outlets saying that DK Metcalf could be back on the trade market after he did not report to mandatory minicamp over the past couple of days, resulting in a fine showing that he wants a new contract and that he's going to be, fine with losing money in order to get a brand new deal with either the Seattle Seahawks or a trade and then assigned to go ahead and be with a new team. Now, obviously the Falcons, they made a big splash in the draft, going ahead and taking Drake London at number 8 overall. They could have traded for A.J. Brown. They could have made other moves at wide receiver, but decided to go with, obviously, drafting wide receiver number 8, and then taking some other guys in free agency. And so the odds of Atlanta actually making a move are slim, but for those who think the Falcons need another wide receiver, your best option is going to go ahead and be Metcalf. ESPN had a good write-up the other day on the Metcalf situation. We'll throw it up on your screen. Quote, sources told ESPN that Metcalf's absence is unexcused, meaning he's subject to team fines that would total more than $93,000 if he were to miss all 3 days. Metcalf is seeking an extension to his rookie contract and also is recovering from surgery for the foot injury he played through for much of last season. His absence from the start of mandatory minicamp marks something of a turn in his approach, as he was present earlier this spring for portions of the team's voluntary offseason program. At this time, Seahawks coach Pete Carroll praised Metcalf for showing up amid his unsettled contract situation and recovery from foot surgery, end quote. Now, I'm not saying that Atlanta shouldn't go after DK Metcalf. He would be a great upgrade. Him and Drake London would be fantastic. But is Metcalf worth the picks and the money? And let me be clear about this. I think that he's a great player, and he would be a massive upgrade. But in order to trade for him, you're not only giving up a second-round draft pick, maybe a first-round draft pick. A.J. Brown was a first-round draft pick, plus having to give him a brand-new contract. Atlanta's not in a situation where they are one wide receiver away from being a good football team. I think most of us in the ATL understand what Atlanta is. They are technically rebuilding. They are technically working towards hopefully being a good football team, maybe next year, maybe the year after. We got to figure out who the quarterback's going to be. You need more help on the defensive side of the football, but they're rebuilding. And so going and getting a guy like Metcalf, to me, would be flashy, would be kind of a desperate move to put more seats at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but it wouldn't just make a lot of sense. Plus, I think Metcalf wants to play for a winner if he were to be traded. So if he doesn't re-sign with Seattle, he wants to go somewhere where they're going to make the playoffs. And again, if you're honest with yourself in the mirror, you probably understand that Falcons probably aren't going to make the playoffs this year. Plus, here's the deal. They like the wide receiver depth chart that they have. They've said that. Now, whether they're being honest or not is up in the air. They have a bunch of misfit guys who have been 2s or 3s or disappointments on other rosters, and they think that they can grow them into a legit, decent wide receiver core. And whether that happens or not remains to be seen, but I don't think that there's a spot for Metcalf on this roster right now based on the fact that he would cost a lot, he would give up a lot of draft picks, and they just aren't in a position where they really need to make one more big splash before the season. This is about rebuilding and figuring out who's going to be a part of this core for many years to come, and while Metcalf could be that guy, they want Drake London to really take over as wide receiver 1 and not have any competition for that role. Okay, add break pin comment down below. Would you want the Falcons to add DK Metcalf? Am I wrong about this? If you think they should add him, type Y down below for yes. Think they should not, go ahead and type N down below for no. All right, I want to move on to some OTA news and notes here. The Falcons been up at Flowery Branch. They were out there yesterday in some interesting weather that rolled through North Atlanta. It was hot, humid, a little bit of rain. But so far, some rookies have been impressive, and the most notable one is Desmond Ridder. And you've heard that, at least I have, from people who have been at training camp, especially people at training camp posting about it on Twitter, writing about it on blogs. Ridder has been impressive. And Arthur Smith took to the podium the other day and really sung the praises of his young quarterback in a way that, I mean, I guess it's kind of normal for coaches. They're not going to, poo-poo the guy that they just drafted. But I think he's giving you an insight into how good Ridder technically has been in terms of, He's still a rookie quarterback, which means he's not going to have it all figured out by week 1 or week 2 or week 3 of the offseason. Either way, here was Smith on Desmond Ridder. I think Falcon fans will like this. Quote, behind the scenes, the things that he's done as a rookie, really from the neck up, how he's operating, when we're doing the rookie walkthroughs, when we do these installations and on the field in his command, then you're betting on some of the physical things you see at times to catch up. He's light years ahead of most young quarterbacks in terms of playing from the neck up. I give him that compliment. So two sides of this thing, right? Head up, we're obviously talking about the mental aspect of being the quarterback, light years ahead. Love that, by the way. Most quarterbacks, this is the hardest part. It's not throwing the football or moving in the pocket. It's this. It's reading defenses pre-snap. It's knowing how to call out protections. It's knowing where to go with the football. And if he's already light years ahead, like Arthur Smith is saying, that's a massive thing. Now, physically, he does say that they need to catch up, and that talks about probably a little bit of arm strength, probably a little bit of accuracy, probably a little bit of mobility in the pocket, all things that he obviously has, and that's why they drafted him, but they're not at the NFL speed and level yet. But if you're hearing the idea that his mental aspect in terms of getting to realize this game, learning the playbook is already light years ahead, that bodes well for his future in the ATL. Now, I've said before, this is Mariota's football team, and it will be Mariota's football team until they start losing games. I would be shocked, absolutely blown out of my socks if he's not the starting quarterback week 1. Like, even if Ridder's playing well, you got to give him a little bit of time to kind of sit and learn the game. There's no need to rush him onto the football field and what is not going to be a Super Bowl, run this year. We all understand that, right? Mariota will still be the guy, but I think Falcon fans need to get excited about this kid named Desmond Ridder as the future quarterback and get excited about the potential that he has to be on the football field sooner rather than later. Okay, we'll get to Tyler Algier and his update here in just 1 second. First, the NBA draft is coming up June 23rd, as, of course, we're ready to see who the latest draft picks and where they go. We have full coverage on our main Chat Sports channel. The guys over there at our headquarters in Dallas do an excellent job during the NFL draft. Really impressive stuff. Subscribe to their channel, that way you're ready for the NBA draft, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV, or, go in the description box, click it there, or just search in the YouTube search bar, Chat Sports. Over 300,000 subs. I mean, great content, daily NBA, daily NFL, daily college football stuff, so go down below and subscribe and get ready for the NBA draft. Okay, quickly here, final little tidbit from OTAs. The running back that I think most of us are most excited about, but he's not talked about a lot in terms of the media, is Tyler Algier, the running back out of BYU. And he's been impressive so far at, rookie minicamp and at, obviously, minicamp and OTAs. And the running back coach, Michael Petrie, the new running back coach, has been singing his praises. And I just, again, want to show you guys this to get excited about potentially having a solid running back for 2022. Here's the running back coach, Michael Petrie, quote, he embraces the physicality of the game of football, which, starting at the top with Coach Arthur Smith, is ultimately the standard and the identity of what we want this thing to look like. That's really who Tyler is, end quote. That's a great quote right there. And this is the one position, I think, in the National Football League where you can be a late-round draft pick and have an instant impact. Very rarely does a fifth-round corner or a fifth-round wide receiver or a fifth-round offensive lineman instantly play at a high level. I think there's a very, very real chance that Petrie could maybe not win the starting job, but get a lot of reps and a lot of snaps and eventually head towards being the #1 running back on this roster. As you look at the depth chart, whether he's there or not, Patterson is going to be, I hate calling him the #1 running back because he's more of a wide receiver, but he will get a lot of carries. Then you're going to have this shuffle of guys, right? What does Damian Williams do this year? Does he take over as running back #1? Because if he doesn't, then I really look for Tyler Algier to be the guy to not only win this job eventually, but start getting the most snaps. He was great at BYU. You go back and put on the film, watch him against Baylor, my Baylor football team, and that was a great Baylor Bear defense this year, and he was fantastic. I think that this is one of the guys who's under the radar, one of the breakout candidates for the Atlanta Falcons in 2022. I love this draft class. I think I said it before. This draft class, Evan Katie, obviously Anderson, Algier, London, they have a real chance to have some really solid guys this year, and I think Algier needs to be mentioned in that group. Who do you guys think starts at running back this year? Take away Cordell Patterson, like starting running back who actually plays running back. Let me know who you think that will be. I don't know. I mean, I think this is going to really be a battle you watch during training camp and a battle that heats up especially during preseason football because, again, you're running the football a ton, and if Algier's balling out against the twos, throw him in there game 4 against the ones, and if he plays well, then, hey, give him more reps at the start of the season. Okay, all time we're here today on our Atlanta Falcons news and review video here on a Thursday. Plenty more content. I mean, all the time. I mean, we do so much content here on the channel that if you like the Falcons, you're going to love what we have to offer. So go down below and subscribe. 100% free. You just hit the red button, hit the notification bell, and then each time we upload a new video here at Chat Sports, then you're going to get notified. And we're going to, obviously you're going to get a chance to watch every single video and be up to date on the Falcons. That's kind of our goal, is to make sure you guys are up to date on your favorite football team. We'll do a mailbag video later on this weekend by one of the other hosts here at Chat Sports. Hashtag Falcons down below in the comments section to be a part of that. The only kicker is you must be a subscriber, and we recommend commenting on this video with the question that you have for us. Okay, all for today on our Atlanta Falcons News Room video. I'm Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.